Well, it's December 12th, 2024. Man, we're cruising through the year, aren't we? Well, this morning we're looking in 1 Samuel chapter 3, verses 15 and 16, all right? 1 Samuel chapter 3, verses 15 and 16. And this is what we read. It says, Samuel lay until morning. And then he opened the doors of the house of the Lord, and Samuel was afraid to tell the vision to Eli. But Eli called Samuel and said, Samuel, my son. And he said, here am I. All right, now, after hearing the weighty message from the Lord, Samuel spends the rest of the night lying in his place. Now, the text doesn't tell us whether he was able to sleep, but it's easy to imagine the tension and perhaps the fear he must have felt. Samuel was young, and he had just received a serious word of judgment about Eli, the man who raised him. And the prospect of delivering this message must have been daunting. Yet Samuel's first act in the morning is faithful service. He opening the doors of the house of the Lord, even in his fear. And Samuel continues to fulfill all of its duties, regardless of how daunting a task that he was facing. Now, Samuel's fear is a natural response, isn't it? I mean, delivering difficult truths, especially to someone you care about, that's not easy. And it's worth noting that Samuel doesn't immediately run to share the message at all. And instead, he waits until Eli calls for him. And this shows both Samuel's respect for Eli and his cautiousness in handling God's message. Now, Samuel's actions remind us that being a servant of God often requires courage and sensitivity as we navigate challenging situations. Now, Eli's approach to Samuel is fatherly and kind by calling him my son. And Eli acknowledges the bond that they share, even as he senses the gravity of what Samuel might have heard. I'll tell you, this moment highlights the relational complexity of this situation. Eli is both spiritual authority and a recipient of God's judgment, yet he reaches out to Samuel in a way that invites honesty. Eli's willingness to hear God's word, even when it's difficult, is a small but commendable act of humility. Now, how do we apply this today? Well, I guess the question for us is, are we willing to speak or receive hard truths with grace? I mean, ask God for the courage to be honest when he calls you to share his word, even when it's uncomfortable. And at the same time, pray for humility to receive correction or difficult truths from others. Remember that God uses both challenges and encouragement to shape us into faithful service. And seek to approach these moments with prayer, and approach these moments with wisdom, and approach them with a heart that honors God. God bless you. Have a great day. See you right back here tomorrow.